Creating this effect is easy as and here's how to do it. To start with, we're gonna need a model. So let's add a Suzanne and let's subdivide it 2 times, and we're gonna do a right click and shade smooth. Let's move to the geometry node tab and let's click new. Also, let's add an icosphere, which we're gonna use to control this effect. Bring in that icosphere into our geometry nodes tab and let's change the object info node to relative. We're gonna add a geometry proximity node right after it and take the distance value and add a greater than node right next to it, and let's change the b value to 1. Now we'll add a delete geometry node right next to the group input node, and we're going to take the greater than value and plug it into the delete geometry. And let's also make sure that we are changing the selection here from points to faces to ensure that the effect is getting created correctly. To bring in the rest of the mesh, we're going to duplicate the delete geometry node and plug this group input back again, and let's take the output from the greater than node and add a node called not. This is gonna give the inverse of this node, and let's take that and let's plug this into the second delete geometry. Now we're gonna add a join geometry node to join both of these meshes back together again. Now you might be thinking, how do I differentiate between both of these that we created, right? Because they look exactly the same. Well, the one way we can do that is let's add a material for the original mesh, and we're gonna add a set material node before the join geometry to apply this material, and we're going to duplicate this and create another material, which would be just material 1 here that I've created, and we're going to apply that to the mask. So now you can see that the mask has a completely different material altogether and it moves along with the icosphere. We can also enhance this effect just by adding a set position node, and we are going to take the output of the knot and plug it into the selection, and let's add a position node into the offset, and you can already see a cool effect coming in place. I'm gonna animate the icosphere to move from left to right so that it's easier for us to test the effect every time we make a change. And let's also go to the visibility section here and uncheck everything else for the ray visibility, and also let's change display as to bounce just to make sure that it's easier for us to look at the mesh. Let's create that particle effect. So we're going to take the output of this delete geometry node and add a distribute points on faces node here and plug this into the join geometry. And now we can see that the points are showing up on all of the mask, and if we increase it, it's gonna fill that up, but that's not what we are looking for. We only wanted to be affecting the section where we see this reveal effect happening. The easy way to do that is to duplicate this delete geometry node. We're going to duplicate the greater than node again, and we're going to change this value to 1.1, and let's plug this into the selection of this delete geometry. And now if you can see, these particles are only appearing on the layer that is getting revealed, and that's great and all. We can also change the seed value here to frame so that the particles are appearing in a different place every frame. But currently this effect that we created is a little too intense, and let's solve that by adding a scale node right after the position node, and let's changing the scale to 0.1. Okay, great. Now how do I animate that particle simulation that I created? And from the name itself, you know that we're going to need a simulation zone here. So let's plug this in here. We're going to duplicate our join geometry, and we're going to plug the distribute points on faces again. And let's take this and plug this in here, and we're gonna delete the original one. If I play this, I can already see that there is a bunch of particles getting created all over the mesh. First of all, let's displace these particles. So we're going to add a set position node again, and we're going to add a noise texture and plug it into the color. And to account for the offset of noise, we're going to add a subtract node and make it 0.5. Let's also change it from 3D to 4D and take this second and plug this in right here. We're gonna also reduce the scale of noise to 1. Now if I play this, it doesn't look that great, so let's also duplicate the subtract node, change it to add, and we're gonna add the position right here. We have learned from our original changes that we made before, a position node is very intense in itself. So we're gonna duplicate the scale node and reduce this a little bit more here to 0.01 or maybe 0.02. And if I play this now, the effect looks a little bit more dynamic, but the particles later on go somewhere and start cluttering together, right? And it doesn't look that great. So let's also make this a little bit more slower. So I'm gonna duplicate this and make it 0.5, 0.2. Let's try it. Now that we have our particles in our scene, we also want these particles to get deleted after a certain period of time. And the easiest way to do that is to add a math node, keep it to add itself. Let's plug this in here and also add a capture attribute node right here, and let's plug this in here, right? And plug this in and plug it back into the simulation zone. Now we can take the output of this and add a greater than node here, and let's change this value to 10. So basically what is happening is that this node here is calculating the age of the particle. So now I can simply tell Blender that as soon as a particle is alive for 10 frames, I want it to be deleted on the 11th frame. So let's add a delete geometry node right after it, take the output of this and plug this in here. So if I play this now, if you see, the particles are getting deleted after they reach 10 frames. And if I want a little bit more randomness here, so I can also add a random value, and I can put the value from 10 to, let's say, 15, and we can also change the seed to frame. But if you are a fan of cool effects like these, I have created another one just like that. So click on this video here to know more.